Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is my second video of my Marvel inspired makeup looks, and this one is inspired by Loki, who is, yeah, I'd say one of my favorite characters, so yeah. So I did a golden green smoky eye with a little mascara, some intense contouring, highlighting, and a nude lip. So this is definitely another one that I'm going to go with as an evening look. I think I'm going to wear this fairly frequently. I really like this look. And I did something similar to this for my graduation actually last week, so I hope that you guys enjoy it. And if you want to see how to do this look, then just keep watching. Since this one is a beautiful one, I'm going to start off with a base that's already gold, because I'm going to need to have the gold over top anyways. So I'm using Let Me Pop, which is a Pro Longwear paint pot. I think it might have been a limited edition one, but it's sort of like a coppery gold. It'll be a nice base for this. So I just want to apply that all over my eyelid. Not too high up into the brow bone though, I'm going to be putting a little bit of a lighter highlight on there. And same thing for the other eye. I've seen people apply these with like brushes and that, and I just find it more, I guess not weird, just more unnecessary than anything. You got fingers, you can use them. So after that, the colors I'm going to be going in with for the gold first are going to come from my MAC palette. This one is the 15 eyeshadow palette in Warm Neutral. So first one that I'm going to go in with is, first one I'm going to go in with is this really pale yellow. It's technically, there we go. So it's in the bottom corner, and it is called Lemon Tart. That's very appropriate. Okay, so for that, just going to take flat shader brush. This is the Morphe M433. It's sort of a fluffy all over shader thing. I don't know. I'm just going to pat into that light gold and sweep that all over the area that I applied my paint pot. Just because the paint pot was a little bit more on the copper side, this will bring it back to the gold that has that reference to Loki's armor. With this lighter gold in the center, the next thing that I'm going to be doing after this is going in with the one that's actually directly beside it, which is a little bit of a darker gold. That one is called Creative Copper. I'm saying that's gold, I don't know why they called it copper, but oh well. And just putting this more over the outer half of the eyelid. And a little bit up into the crease to go in. Same thing on the other side. And then we're going to find one more gold to finish off the shading of gold layers before we move into the greens. So this one that I'm going to be using is this gold right here. And that one is, second from the back in the middle, Amber Lights. So I'm going to take that on the same brush and go over the same sort of area that I just did with the last one. So outer V and a little bit in through the crease. Just like that. Okay. So with the golds on, next thing that we're going to do is move into the greens. For the greens, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever greens. These ones, there we go. I really need to fix this. These break so easily, and it makes me so sad because they're pretty. But for this one, I was using this more, I was using this brighter green when I did my Hulk look. So for this one, we're going to be going into the darker forest green. This one is the ME810 of the Eyeshadows. Okay, so I'm using the XO Beauty round eye brush. One there. And I'm just going to be topping it into the green, nice and lightly tapping. Don't want to get too much of that color on there. And I'm just going to shade this right along my lash line in the outer corner. And then go a little bit up into the crease. There we go. So generally the idea for this is I want to extend the eye out a little bit into almost a cat eye. Then make a bit of a crease there. Like so. So do the same thing on the other eye. So along the lash line first, making sure to pat, and then sweeping up to the end of my brow and a little bit over into the crease. Right along the lash line, towards the brow bone. There we go. Just like that. Now I am going to make it a little bit greener by using that same brighter green. And going off the same area. This time a little bit under the eye as well. Not going to do too much under the eye before I put on my foundation and concealer, just because I'm going to need to get pretty close up there, and then I'll add the colors in afterwards. There we go, like that. So with the eyeshadow on the upper lid's done, we're going to move on to foundation, so zooming back out for that. Okay, so start off with a bit of a primer. I'm going to just use the Stila CC. And make sure to rub this in all over the skin, because it does give a nice base for when you're putting on foundation. Also, I just like how primers feel. It feels like, I don't want to say moisturizing, but almost like smoothing or soothing on your skin. It's very nice. There we go. Just like that. Then I'm going to go in with the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. Make sure to shake it up. And don't need too much of this because we're just going to be doing concealer afterwards. Then I'm going to blend it in with the round top face brush from XO Beauty. I have decided that I'm going to try different brushes for the foundation instead of keep going back to the Beauty Blender. Because I am liking how this works. With the Beauty Blender, if you want to get more of a full coverage look, you need to use a lot more foundation just because it blends it out a lot more. And it also like picks up some of the product itself. Which is good sometimes because a lot of the time you don't want like heavy coverage. But for a look like this especially, a full coverage look is good. Because you want to make sure that you have a really like flawless base to do dark eye makeup on. And also if you're doing makeup like this, you're probably going to be going out for like a party or some evening thing that you want to make sure that you look good at. And purely for the sake of character inspiration, Loki's always flawless for this freaking everything, so. Unless you're mid-battle, you have no excuse to not have nice skin. Jeez. Oh, I'm in a weird mood today, as you can probably tell. Okay. So with that blended in, I'm going to go in with concealer under the eyes next. I'm going to just use the Naked Skin Concealer, the Urban Decay one. Pop a little bit under my eye like so. Also chin, nose, and a little bit to highlight the forehead. Then two brushes again, this time the tapered one, still XO Beauty, tapered face brush. And blend this under the eyes, on the forehead. When I'm doing my under eye concealer after I've already put a little bit of makeup on my eyes, I try and blend more down. So like I'll put the brush starting really close to the eye and then blend down towards my cheekbone just to make sure that I don't mess up anything that's already there. And I just put a little bit of the excess onto my nose, like so. Okay, now with that done, I'm going to set my under eye concealer with a little bit of powder, I'm going to use the Morphe M438 and Cover FX Illuminizing Setting Powder. Just take a little bit on the brush, tip off the extra, and just try not to drag the brush, just press it into the skin under your eye, nice and gently. So that everything sets nicely and you don't need to worry about it creasing later. In the evening when you're out partying it up with your Loki inspired makeup. I'm also going to take a little bit of that powder and go down just the line from the nose past the corner of my mouth because I get creasing there. I don't want to say like laugh lines because I don't really have laugh lines, it's just that I make weird facial expressions and that's one of the areas that it comes out in. Because yeah, see like that area when I smile? That area likes to stay creased. It makes me look like I have more wrinkles than I do. And I'm also just going to set my forehead. Okay, I'm going to take my Morphe E17 lid fluffy brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the green that I put on the upper lid and drag it under the eyes. Let's go with the lighter one first, just to make sure I don't put too much. And just go from where it's already green in that sort of cat eye shape, connect there, and then go under the eye. I probably should be using a pencil brush or something to start this out with, but oh well, let's live dangerously. And do the same thing on the other side, starting from where there's already the green with the cat eye, and dragging underneath, like so. I'm just going to take a little bit more of this green, try and amp up the green on my eyes. There we go. The green was getting a little bit lost in all that gold. And just fix up this side a little bit too. If you really wanted to amp this up, you could use a bit more green and drag it, put it more like heavily through the crease and do almost a cut crease look. That'd be cool too. But we're going to try and stick with more of a smoky look. And I'm going to actually take this highlighter, which is from MAC. It's Dunes at Dusk. It's from the Travel collection. I'm going to take a little bit of the highlighter, this one, and mix it with the orange. Here we go. And I'm just going to use that to highlight the inner corner of my eye. And my brow bone as well. There we go. This mix is actually, I love this highlighter because it has like, it doesn't look like it would be a highlighter, like there's too many colors in it, but it gives the most lovely sheen. And in this case I want to keep it more the warm, so that's why I'm using just the two colors, the really pale cream and the orange. But when you mix all of them together you get like this beautiful iridescent, almost like a pearl color. You can play around with it. You could use just like the pink and the purple if you wanted to have like a darker highlighted look. If you wanted to get like a little bit of shimmer just into the look that you have, but this thing is cool. Okay, so let's finish off the eyes with a little bit of mascara. I'm just going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, this one, and just coat my lashes. Now this is a look that would lend itself well to fake lashes if you wanted to. I am not going to bother with them though because I don't want to cover up any of the shadow. Because I'm liking how that turned out. But if you wanted to play up the eyes, or if you have like really small or short lashes, or if they're sparse, then go for the fake lashes. Yeah, let's do lower lash mascara. I'm going to use a smaller one for that. Okay, so for the lower lashes, I'm going to use the Define-A-Lash by Maybelline. That's the green one. And I'm just going to put that over top on my bottom lashes. Make them stand out a little bit. Now I personally just switch mascaras because I have better control on my lower lash line with this one. I don't know why, the brush is massive, but just something about how it's shaped maybe makes it easier for me to make sure that I don't end up with mascara all over the lower part of my eyes. Okay. So next thing's next, I'm going to do the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. I'm just going to fix through my eyebrows a little bit. Now, you can go very defined with your brows. Mine have been being a pain lately though, so I'm just going to try and fix them up just a little bit. A really nice defined brow would look very pretty with this though, so if you're good at doing that, go for it. But yeah, I just put in a little bit of the clear MAC brow set just to hold them in place. I'm going to go in for the contouring with my contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the angled face brush from XO Beauty, because I tried this for my graduation and I used this brush and it actually worked really well, which is kind of like, I wouldn't expect this to be like good for contouring, but using the edge of it is, I'll just show you. So get a little bit, I'm going to use this middle color here at the bottom, and this is from the light contour kit. And I'm just going to get it on the edge of the brush right there, like that. And I'm going to go from the corner here and just tap it down, like so. Same thing on the other side, but I'm going to try and get it. There we go. Like so. So, intense contouring for the way, then you just go like this and blend, 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 blend. And for when I'm blending, I'm just using the flat part of this. Blending it out and then up the hairline when I reach my ear, so. And I'm doing some fairly intense contouring for this one, just because with Loki you got the cheekbones for days kind of thing going on, so I'm gonna try and replicate that. Weird faces when contouring, always happens. Now once I've got this part blended out, I'm going to take a little bit of the same shade. There we go. Very intense contouring today. Might actually be a little bit too intense, but I'm just rolling with it because I really don't want to deal with it right now. Okay, so I'm going to take the same shade and just pat in and go along my temples, a little bit down the side of my hairline, just to even it out a little bit. There we go, like so. Now with that done, I'm just going to finish off with a little bit of blush. I'm not going to do anything too intense because for Loki's skin's very pale, not really, I don't want to say sickly, but like, it's very much the porcelain thing, not like flushed or tanned or anything, so. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is in the shade Stereo Rose for a little bit of a finish. I'm going to take just a little fluffy brush. And don't want to put too much on, but just a little bit of blush. Like so. And I'm going to top it off with some highlight. I'm going to use the same brush that I used to set my under eye concealer, and the same highlight that I used in my inner corner, the Dunes at Dusk from the MAC Tribal collection. And this time I'm going to use the entire highlighter, so I'm just going to blend all four of the colors together. And highlight on my cheekbones, but also just a little bit on my brow bone again, and above my eyebrow. And you know what? Let's go with the upper lip too. There we go. Then, last but not least, to finish it off, I'm just going to use a nude lipstick. Okay, this is from the Maybelline Nudes collection. It is 920 Nude Lust, so just this one here. And just going to apply a little bit of that. I was debating on doing like a black lip almost with this, but I think nude is the better look. Maybe slightly more nude. Where did I put Makeup Forever? A little bit of the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Intense, and in the nude shade 22. So it's more of a skin tone nude. There we go. That's more the look I'm going for. Okay, so this is how the finished look turned out, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, and you want to see more, I'm going to be doing a couple more of these sort of Marvel-inspired looks too. So if you haven't seen it, I also did a Bruce Banner / the Hulk kind of inspired one that I'll have the link for in the description box below. And I hope that you enjoyed the video. I probably already said that, but oh well. Okay, so have a good day, guys.